if I'm being totally honest with you, I have to admit, the last day of this cross-country road trip might seem pretty anticlimactic. Yet, it really wasn't. We're continuing to see some interesting sights you've probably never seen before. And will we or won't we make it to our final destination? Makes me wonder, what is a final destination anyway? I'm looking forward to taking you along. You'll see some of my blunders, some of my tenacity, and not once did I say, "Are we there yet?" I'm so grateful you're in my passenger seat for this journey, this first leg of the cross-country road trip, taking the southern route. If we haven't met, I'm Julie Jordan Scott, and my channel is about aging joyfully, where we look at the aging process through the lens of hope, optimism, and possibilities, rather than grumbling, looking through the negative, and thinking about, oh, how terrible it all is. Because you know what? Life is meant to be lived with love and joy, and when the tough stuff comes along, we welcome that too. If any of that resonates, I hope you'll subscribe and follow along and watch this playlist from the beginning. What a delight to be here. Now, let's get back on the road. We are leaving later than usual here from Phoenix. We're actually in Goodyear, which is in the western part of Phoenix area. I am so ready to go. I just uploaded the video that is being released on January 22nd, which is today's actual date. Oh my goodness, it was rough. It was rough and so worth it. Tennessee was quite the adventure and created quite a number of vulnerable feelings in me. Whew. I just had a very embarrassingly bad, not convivial moment at all. I'm embarrassed. It's been a rough morning trying to get my videos uploaded and without much success. And it's my last day before I get to California. And this person just... yeah. Convivial scale. That is definitely a 0. So I've been very convivial on this trip. Even in dark times, I have managed to stay cool. Oh well. Can't be perfect always. It's actually good for my data. After I took a deep breath and did some driving, I realized you had not seen any very stereotypical Arizona scenes, at least of around the Phoenix area. So this is where snowbirds might live during the summer, at trailer parks with palm trees in the middle of the desert. So I wanted you to definitely have a taste for that, since it's something this area is so well known for. Please note this is not Route 66, but it looks similarly in certain ways. Like there's lots of buildings like this along the old Route 66 that may not be as well used as they once were. Actually, I strongly suggest you check out and look at that motel sign. It's classic. But I suggest if you haven't driven Route 66, it's especially fun to drive through Arizona. There are some great little cities in northern Arizona that we will probably visit on the way back to the East Coast because they're too classic. They're totally like the movie Cars, the Pixar movie Cars. I love it. I giggle, I laugh. That's a totally convivial setting. And after that convivial fail, I need to think of that. I'm filling up in Quartzsite because it's a tradition. If you're ever going from Arizona to California, you need to fill up your tank. It's also lots and lots of RVs. And there's lots of nomads in this area. Recently, my brothers were here in Quartzsite, and they were coming to see some women. It just felt creepy because my brothers are both happily married. But there's some YouTubers that they apparently like, the typical nomad, off-grid type folks. And it's just like, brothers. Some sibling things never end, no matter how old you get. This, too, is California, the desert. The blue skies with puffy clouds that go on and on and on, and the trucks. This is California. This is not the coast. This is where quite a few Californians live, out here among all of the sagebrush, all of the dust, all of the intense heat and not many places to stop. I heard a lot of complaints during this trip about West Texas, but there are more places to stop in West Texas. Welcome to the Chiriaco Summit, a place to stop I only discovered in the last couple of years when I was going to Phoenix over and over again. And as you may have guessed, Phoenix is not my favorite place to visit. But this spot is actually really cool and quite historic. Let's take a poke around. Now, this is very much like Route 66. There's a gas station, but doesn't have gas anymore. There's a big one for that. There's a totem pole, which is accurate. There's restaurants. There's lots of, again, the deserty stuff. Oh, this is a Palo Verde tree. It's the state tree of Arizona. It's starting to flower. The Chiriaco Summit also has a place in medical history, for the health maintenance organization Kaiser got its start right at this area. Part of the healing took place at what is now the General Patton Museum. Although I did not go inside, I wanted to point out its existence. So in case you're ever traveling along Interstate 10, you want to go to Chiriaco Summit, and you might want to check out this museum, especially for those of you who are military history buffs. I was just needing to get to Bakersfield as quickly as possible, so I opted out. But here you can see it really is quite lovely. And I've heard it's quite informative on the inside. I'm going to show you some tanks in a minute so you won't feel left out. Of course, I appreciate sculpture. You all know that. Right over here are a bunch of tanks. Can't tell you more than these are, hello, tanks.
Turn right, then take the
Up
first
against
right onto
the
Chiriaco
bright
Road.
blue California sky, I think there's a special poignance to them. We'll swing along a really large parking lot. I've never seen it very crowded, but I've only been here several times in the last few years and
Proceed
never
to the
before
route.
that. I hope it stays open. So people, please go visit this museum. We're going to swing over to the other side where there are, yes, more tanks. I trust there's a lot to see.
Proceed to
Have
the
you ever
route.
been to a military museum? Do you have a favorite kind of museum? I would love to hear about that in the comments as well. As you have seen from
Proceed
my
to the
traveling,
route.
I love a good
videos
museum.
to come. I have quite a bit of touring to do around California, and I also want to tell some stories that I did not build into the videos as we went along. So there's a little preview for you. Let's just hit the road. Thank you so much for doing this with me. It is so much more fun to have you to talk to. I know that might sound weird, but it just really, really is.
This video itself was kind of anticlimactic in the making because hello, dog barking, and having to take and retake this clip. Finally, I'm in Bakersfield.